Hello everyone. In the program tonight, Papua New Guinea removed from the grey list of money laundering and terrorist financing, and what that means to investors. Also, endeavours by the Education Department to prevent cheating, or at least clamp down on the chances of that happening in schools. The plight of grade 12s hoping to enter PNG next year, and how it is difficult to measure poverty here in the true sense of the word when the people are cushioned by the villagers. An obstacle to foreign investment, and quite significant, has been removed, and that is grey listing Papua New Guinea when it comes to money laundering and terrorist financing. PNG has been cleared, the result of a concerted effort by the government. Kevin Deonga reports.
The good news was revealed during a media conference held at the Bank of Papua New Guinea last Thursday. The co-chairs, Bank of PNG and the Department of Justice and Attorney General, say this demonstrates the government's commitment to be frank and transparent, a major boost to investor confidence.
PNG was grey listed, and PNG was criticized for our failure to establish and implement adequate measures to combat money laundering and terrorist financing.
In 2014, Papua New Guinea was placed on the International Monitoring List of the Financial Action Task Force. We were criticized for failing to establish and implement adequate measures to combat money laundering and terrorist financing. A multidisciplinary body made up of 37 countries put PNG on notice. Its failure to implement the international FATF recommendations received widespread condemnation from the private sector, domestically and abroad. They included international agencies, peer governments, FATF and Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering. Faced with a dilemma, the government swung into action. PNG established an anti-money laundering and counter-terrorist financing regime. From day one, Prime Minister Peter O'Neill wrote to FATF making a high-level commitment to reform the process.
Since then, after our Prime Minister made the announcement, our state agencies have been very cooperative, and through the National Coordinating Committee for Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorist Financing, they came together and they tried to work together effectively and to try to remove us from the grey list. This work involved a lot of institutional reforms and the passage of 2 brand new laws and the revision of 3 other laws in close engagement with the regulated entities like the banks, the lawyers, accountants, and finance and insurance companies who are all impacted by this legislation.
On the 21st of last month, an announcement was made in South Korea, so PNG in the good books. According to Mr. Benny Popoitai, Papua New Guinea is no longer subject to the FATF's monitoring process under its ongoing global anti-money laundering, counter-terrorist funding compliance process.
FATF, in its meeting in Busan, South Korea, in its plenary session, voted on a motion to get PNG off the grey list. This motion was put forward by New Zealand and supported by Australia and India. And in that vote, we were removed from the grey list. This happened after considerable work put in by ourselves, the National Coordinating Committee, as my colleague has said, plus support from our donor countries, Australia, ADB, and others.
In comments made by Financial Action Task Force Regional Review Group, it was indicated that PNG has shown unprecedented reform and commitment of the highest standards to ensure its systems and actions met standards and obligations. In the meantime, Papua New Guinea will remain under close scrutiny from international and domestic peers to ensure that foundations and proper systems are put in place.
Kevin Deonga reporting there. This is PNG Tonight. Up next, efforts to prevent cheating during examinations in schools and the plight of grade 12 students hoping for places at UPNG next year.